welcome to another edition of It's All Relative. I'm Josh.
And I'm Timothy.
And we're back with number 13.
Yay, 13.
13. Lots to get into, my man.
Lots to.
Yeah, you want to start real quick with the whole call-in option?
Sure. Yeah, I could do that. So we have that call-in service. So it's actually a voice message. If you put message on the respond for the episode, you will be able to drop a message. Please make it 20, 30 seconds or so. You know, if you want to give us a shout out or if you want to ask us a question or if you have like any criticisms or advice for us to change or make it sound a little bit better, we will respond on it live. We'll edit it in and it'll sound beautiful.
Absolutely. It's a great option for some fan interaction.
Yes, sir.
Fans definitely go to the Anchor page, click that message option,
yes,
and leave,
call it in.
Yeah. Leave the shout out, leave, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, it'll be edited into the episode. And if it's a question, we'll answer it live.
Yes, sir.
And you will be able to hear yourself on the next episode.
And so will everybody else in the world.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hit a few news topics, my man. March Madness has started.
March Madness.
Yes.
College.
Yeah. Are you a fan?
I watch it from here and there, but I don't know anybody in particular. Like, okay. I don't know any schools or anything that I should be rooting for.
Okay, so you don't have a particular team?
No particular team. No. What about you, though?
Yeah, I love March Madness.
Okay.
It's the best time.
The aficionado.
Yeah, it's the best time for college basketball, man. Although this year's a little strange with the whole COVID stuff and whatnot. And
yeah, how does that work? I guess there's nobody in the stands or anything. It's mostly on TV.
Yeah, but I just mean like with teams, it's just so weird because like if one person tests positive, like the whole team is not able to participate and whatnot, right? For the tournament. And so
that's kind of good. They're not taking any chances.
Right, but some normal teams that were supposed to be in the tournament this year weren't eligible because of that.
Oh,
so
wow.
it throws off the whole thing. Yeah, so it was different. But
so I guess they seed it different, like the seeding system. They don't. It's all messed up.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But no, my favorite college basketball team that I always love is Syracuse.
Okay, Syracuse. All right.
And they're still in it. They as of today.
Nice,
still in it. They have a game on Sunday against West Virginia.
Okay.
So
you're going all the way with Syracuse, huh?
Always. Let's get it, Orangeman.
All right, Orangeman.
But
shout outs.
Actually, my college that I attended, they which was Liberty, they were in the tournament as well.
Okay. They
had a game last night, but they lost to Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was pretty cool just to see.
Was Oklahoma State balling hard on it or something?
Yeah, they were ranked a lot higher.
Oh, okay.
So Liberty doesn't usually get to the NCAA tournament, and even let alone to like the second round. So they did well this year.
That's good.
So
yeah, let them keep going.
Let's move on to some NBA stuff then.
Some NBA, okay.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about the biggest surprise of this year's NBA season. And that's a big shout out to my New York Knicks.
You know what? The New York Knicks is on the come up.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Nah, it's crazy because it's been so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been forever.
Yeah, man. Right now, we're holding down a playoff spot.
There you go.
Currently, we are 7th in the East right now, which is awesome. Like I said, being a New York Knicks fan forever, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
They're doing a really great job. The last time the Knicks made the playoffs was in 2013.
2013.
8 years ago.
It was a long 8 years, wasn't it?
It has been. So we're hoping for the best this year.
That's all right. They'll get there.
And we will see what happens.
Cross those fingers.
That's about it, man.
With the NBA?
Yeah.
There's nothing going on with the Clippers, so I don't have anything to say.
No, they're still. I think they're. Actually, I should have checked but I think they're still in the playoff
they're still
race
in
the West. But your boy Doc Rivers though actually has got Philly holding down the number 1 spot in the East, man.
I don't know how he did it. I don't know.
He's got a good team.
It has to be the team because sometimes he just make mistakes at the playoffs, You know what I mean? It's like that one wrong step type thing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Playoffs are coming, so
they're coming, so we'll see.
Let's move on, my man.
Sure, brother.
You got anything else you want to touch?
Yeah, so like in the big news story, I'm sure you've heard of the shootings that happened in Atlanta.
I have.
Yeah. Yes. And that was the big story. That's pretty crazy. It was pretty insane when I heard about it, and I just watched the news, and it's like a reminder that, racism is still kind of crazy out there. And now it also is a big telling of it's just not black people or Hispanics. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, it's a staunch reminder. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. I've kind of tiptoed around this whole issue, being an Asian American myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at first when the whole incident happened and I saw it, obviously, obviously you're filled with anger,
with rage, for sure.
And then remorse for the people
for sure
that lost their lives and stuff. Yeah, we can touch on that real quick.
Yeah, not sure if you wanted to or not, but it's okay if you want to.
No, absolutely.
Sure.
I think I mean we've talked about this before.
We have
when we go back to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Black Lives
Matter,
what
I'm saying?
Yeah.
We always say, we always talk about spreading love. We're always
no hate.
We're strongly against the hate and the racism and whatnot, and it does affects a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So families,
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's really unfortunate. I mean, I hope they figure out what the motive was, but I mean, there's no other motive other than it being racism. You know what I mean? Or some sort of hate or angst or something's going on there.
I agree.
Because it's very targeted and everything.
I agree. As currently, like right now, across the country and whatnot, the Asian hate, has been on the uprise.
Yeah.
And with that, it's like, I mean, being a minority yourself, you can relate. It's some people I think take for granted the fact that they don't realize or it doesn't really cross their mind that when I want to be careful how I word this.
Of course, take your time.
Not that they take it for granted by any means, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like certain people don't understand.
They definitely don't.
Like what it is, like when we step outside our doors, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of stuff that we even have to think and worry about, and take into consideration.
Right.
Like we're going to place X, whatever.
Right.
On our way, are we gonna encounter someone that doesn't like our nationality?
Right.
And then some crazy shit's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is something that we think about every time that we leave.
Every single time. And
our houses.
And it's lifelong too. So it's not like, this is just the small period that it happens. I remember when I was younger, my dad gave me like some of the best advice. The very first thing he told me is like, remember that you're black and that in some people's eyes, you're second place. You know what I mean? It's not like you're on equal footing with anybody. So you have to remember that. But he said it in such a way that he didn't really say that you're second place. He just wants to have the reminder that other people think that way. So however you want to maneuver beyond them or avoid them entirely, he said it was up to me. But I always try to talk to people like on their terms and stuff and make them feel comfortable. That's just the way I approach it. Some other people, they probably approach it from like a more hateful angle, or they want to be like more confrontational. We see that a lot in the black community where it has like this machismo is what they call it.
Right.
Where they gotta like puff up their chest and stuff. But I'm not that type of person. I always try to be level with everybody. Right. And that was the best advice he gave me on that. And then the second thing is like, anytime you're in a place with a lot of police, don't wear red, don't wear black, don't wear blue. You know what I mean?
Right, because unfortunately, stereotyping is still real.
Still real. It's still real.
And it happens.
Yeah.
And it affects people such as ourselves.
Yeah. And to have to do all of that, you know what I mean? To have to, not necessarily, it's not even a sacrifice, but if you to have all of that taken into consideration just because you're stepping outside, you know what I mean? It's a big thing.
tough time, I guess, that we're all living in,
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays. I did like I said, I wanted to tiptoe, around
Of course,
the whole
for
scenario
sure.
real quick because it was like I said when it originally happened, I was a little angry.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I did post a little thing that I just wanted to read real quick.
Of course, I read it
On my
Yeah.
social media, and I thought it was a good. Being an Asian American, I thought it was a good. I mean, I felt like it was coming from me. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mm-hmm.
also feel like I'm also. I mean, I don't want to put words in other people's mouths, but I also feel like, I got people on my shoulders
Of
that I'm
course,
holding
definitely,
down
bro.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I'm just gonna read that real quick, and we'll leave it at that. It says, "We stood with you, our Spanish brothers and sisters, when a racist president built a wall separating thousands of children from their parents.
Crazy.
We stood with you, our black brothers and sisters, when racist cops across the country went on killing sprees showing true hate.
Mm-hmm.
We ask you now to stand with us and stop Asian hate."
Easily. Easily.
And you know what I'm saying? To everybody, that has shown love, has shown support and whatnot, much love to you guys. Shout out for real.
Shout outs.
That's how we're going to stop all this racism and whatnot.
We have to.
The person that committed those murders and whatnot, his name was Robert Aaron Long. He was 21 of Woodstock, Georgia. I don't know too much about anything about this story and whatnot. I do know right now that they're kind of, I don't know, kind of steering the whole incident, saying that it was that he was like a sex addict. All right, and so
see, that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of that.
And that was his reasoning.
His reasoning
of doing what
I think
he
that's
did.
a bullshit reasoning, honestly.
Bro, I agree.
That's silly. It's silliness.
I agree, and I don't want to get too political.
Yeah, it's understandable.
But I do want to say that because I don't know too much about it. I don't know the officer's name or the cop or whoever that was talking to the media and talking about the kid.
The kid, yeah.
And kind of chalking it up. And he had made a statement saying basically like the kid had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? That's a
hell of a fucking bad day to have, man.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I just want to leave it at that. And I wanted to say to that cop, to Robert Long, whatever, I just wanted to say publicly out there too, fuck your bad day.
Yeah, fuck the bad day.
So,
yeah.
Either way, crazy world, crazy incident. We all need to band together. But let's get into today's episode, my man.
Yeah, uplift the mood.
Yeah.
For real.
So, our guest today is someone who is filled with spontaneity and is always down to have a good time. Some of her life experiences and stories she has come to share will be a superb reflection of who she is.
Okay.
With a very fitting nickname, ladies and gentlemen, Random Ange, a.k.a. Angela Galente.
Yo,
hey,
welcome.
How are you?
Doing well.
Good to be here.
Nice. Good to have you. Thanks for coming.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Number 13.
13, lucky number.
Oh, is it your lucky number as well?
It's my lucky number.
Oh, shit. Bless. Shout outs to 13.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Third time's a
charm.
Actually.
So, all right. Angela, how long have you had this nickname, Random Ange?
I have had the nickname for probably 6-7 years, maybe.
Okay.
Nice. And how did you get it?
I kind of gave it to myself because my friend Lisa always said how random I am. I could be talking about one thing and then
you jump to another topic?
Completely jump to it. And she's like, wait, what are you talking about? Keep up, girl. Keep up. So, and I needed an email, so I came up with Random Ange, and it really stuck to me. Just
there you go.
Throughout,
nice.
So.
Well, shout outs to being Random Ange.
Random Ange.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's one of the most random things you've done that you've been willing to share?
So, one of the most random things I've done happened a long time ago, but I did a pudding wrestling.
Pudding wrestling
competition type thing at a bar.
Okay.
Randomly. It was like, oh, I'm going to just go do this.
So what does this consist of?
Awesome.
What does this consist of?
So So what they did was, I guess they took hay bales, formed the square, tarped it, filled it with chocolate pudding.
Okay.
Slippery.
Very slippery.
Very slippery. So I think they anticipated a lot more people doing it. It ended up only being 4 of us girls.
Well, they were watching.
Yeah.
And drinking, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went, I have a big family. I told my family about it. They brought their friends. There's a videotape floating around.
We must find the tape.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's
get that
tape.
I'll hunt it down. So it was great. I dressed
appropriately.
I wore a tank top and capris.
Okay.
Because it was I was ready to wrestle.
Damn, you were ready. Shout outs to wrestling, by the way.
My hair, I had 2 French braids, so yeah, I was ready to go.
Right.
Nice form-fitting, clothes.
So. Yeah. Were they ready to lose?
I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect.
So explain the match. What happened? So there's 4 of you.
So I was out in the crowd, so I didn't really see anything until it was my turn. Mm-hmm. So apparently before I went, there was this very big girl. She was very tall.
Okay.
I'm not saying like big, but she was tall.
Like 6 feet tall or shorter? Taller than you?
Yeah, a lot of people, and a lot of people are taller than me. But yeah, she was probably like, 5'11".
Okay.
Close to 6. She's big. She had signed up, and then this random little girl that was like this tiny little toothpick.
Shorter than you?
Shorter than me.
Wow.
It was like such an odd combination.
Right.
So whatever went down
random.
there.
Very random.
Very random. So, and then I went up against some chick that was like a perfect match for me.
Oh, wonderful.
So our wrestling match was like real wrestling.
Like the pile driver into the pudding? The
like
pudding
just,
pile driver?
Just like wrestling.
Whereas
yeah. The other ones were like just kind of
like slap fighting.
Yeah.
That's even more comical.
Making the show,
Right.
Yours was more legit,
and
more physical.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at the end they had
Well, who won?
She didn't say herself.
I can't remember. I think I don't remember.
Don't say it was a tall girl.
You didn't lose.
You know what it is? What happened was it was a bar. So it started out as a competition of wrestling and ended in a competition of who showed the most boob.
Or who showed the most boob?
Apparently, the tall girl did.
Okay.
But, there's a lot of boobage going around there.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. In pudding, apparently.
But
nice.
I got a lot of like free like merch, and I got $100.
Oh, that's
okay.
dope.
Shit.
Good
What
for
was
you.
what was the top prize then?
4.
4? Okay. Wow.
Nice.
Which she was gonna take, and then they ended up splitting it. They gave her 200, and then me and the other one 100.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad.
It was fun. It was a great night.
A great random experience.
Very random.
And then I went to the festival the next day, the Harvest Festival, and I was shot. I was like, I can't do this.
But you were 100 up though, so it's okay. Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's move on. You enjoy canoeing and kayaking.
I do.
Okay. And you take part in what is called the Wappingers Creek Water Derby. Now, explain that. Explain the whole concept, for our listeners who aren't familiar with this area, or, or for people who may not even be familiar with, like, what a water derby is.
All right. So the Wappingers Creek Water Derby is a boat race, kayak, canoe, down the Wappingers Creek. It goes from Pleasant Valley, New York to Poughkeepsie, New York. It's an 8-mile trek downstream, like downriver. Mm-hmm. And they usually do it at the end of April every year.
Nice.
All right.
So,
8 miles is a good stretch.
Yeah.
It is.
How long does it take to go through?
Not as long as you would think.
Okay, so it's a lot faster. Interesting.
My best time was 1 hour and 44 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
now it's not a direct route, right? I mean, you gotta kind of maneuver.
Yeah, there's turns. There's depending on the season, there's some dangerous spots.
Yeah, like rapid water or like rocks and stuff.
Yeah, there's some rapids.
Interesting.
One year there was some fallen trees,
Yikes.
a lot of flip overs,
Do they recover well in the flip over, or they?
Yeah, for the most part.
Oof.
Yeah.
Don't put me on the water.
I flipped a few times, so.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Have some newbies in my canoe.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find a partner. You got to find a partner when you're in a canoe.
So if you find like all those newbies, that makes you the effective leader of it, right?
Oh yeah.
And how do you manage them knowing that they have like all the fear and everything of like turning over or just even going down?
I think they trust me. I don't know why.
God bless.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with trusting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but for this race, okay, you said that you have to find a partner. You have to. So it's a double or two people to.
I owned a 2-man canoe.
Okay.
Okay.
So in order for me to use my 2-man canoe, I need somebody else to do it with.
Right.
I ended up selling it last year, and
Okay.
my friend gave me a kayak for Mother's Day.
Okay.
So now I'm a kayaker.
Nice.
Is there for people out there canoeing versus kayaking? Is it that much different?
It's.
I think it is.
You think it?
I
I have
think
no
it
idea
is
about
in
it
a
at all.
way. It is in a
personally.
way.
Canoes are very, I feel like, a lot more unstable.
Ah.
And they're a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
You said higher in the
Mhm.
water, and if you do have to depend a lot on the person that's with you, because
Okay.
if any kind of movement that they do, it shakes the whole canoe.
Right.
If they for some reason stood up and leaned over too far, that whole thing is tipping.
Jesus. So
Depending on how they paddle
together. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then as opposed to kayaks,
Sit right. You got to sit right in it. You don't sit right in it. You're
And you're flipping.
yeah, and then as
Forget it.
opposed to kayaks, it's just you, and you're sitting real low to the water, and it's a lot more stable.
Okay.
And I feel like it's a little more difficult to flip a kayak than to flip a canoe.
I think so. I haven't, knock on wood, flipped my kayak yet. So,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
But in order to participate in this, then you have to own your own canoe
You
or kayak.
actually can rent as well.
Oh, okay.
You can
Okay.
rent. They have renters there. There's always a fee, but
There's always the
So-
fee's not too high, is it?
no, to enter the race, it's like $20.
Oh, that's nothing then.
If you wanted to go down like a second run, it's only $5 extra.
Wow.
I've done that once. I went down in my canoe and then went down again in a kayak.
Nice.
So you took like, I guess all together it's like almost three and a half hours or so. I'm trying to count it in my head.
Yeah, a little more than that.
A little more than that. Okay.
So it was like 140 something, and then I think I took the kayak in 154. I
Uh-huh.
think it was.
That's not too bad.
No, that was my first run on a kayak. That wasn't bad at all.
Nice. So how many years have you been doing this?
I started in 2012.
Was it like a slow build into learning how to do it? Do you consider yourself
I actually
legit
been,
with it?
No, I'm good. I've been doing canoeing since I was 12. I learned how to canoe when
okay.
I was 12. I
There
went
you
to
go.
Girl Scout camp, and
very
going
nice?
down the Wappingers Creek was like I guess a field trip.
Right.
So, and I didn't know how to swim. I didn't learn how to swim because I had some fucked up brothers, you
Right.
know,
Right.
trying to drown me. and
Dunk you
shit.
in the
Yeah,
water.
hold my head underwater.
Yeah,
for as long
yeah.
as I could. Yeah, it was
Take
bad.
that.
So
Jesus.
I just never learned how to swim. Like, I'm not gonna drown.
Up to this day, you
but
don't know how to swim?
I know how to swim. I'm not gonna drown.
Okay.
But anyway, I had to pass all these tests to go on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I did. Like, I failed a couple times, but I did it. And ever since then, I've been really into canoes. And
Nice.
Not bad.
yeah,
How often does this event take place?
annually.
Annually.
Yeah,
Okay.
Got it.
Right
Yep.
on.
Last year would have been, I think, the 51st, 50th or 51st.
51st. So they've been doing it
It's
for
a
good
long
50.
time.
Yeah.
Canceled due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
This year they canceled it again, sadly.
That sucks.
That's a shame.
So fingers
That's all right.
crossed for
We're
next
getting
year.
we're getting back. Next year should be possible for sure. For sure.
So, when you participate in this race, I know, explain how the layout is, because obviously they don't let everyone go at once. So,
So what they do is you go down a trail, float up, and they have a little spot. there's a rope that goes across, and you have to stay obviously on that side of the rope.
Mm-hmm.
They'll honk. I think it's like an air horn or something, and they time it. So they mark your time. You have a number on your boat. So they write your number, your time. When you get to the end, they mark it again when you cross the rope. And then they tally the times and they put it on a scoreboard.
So it's a race against time.
Right, versus a race against others. Yeah.
Okay.
Different categories.
Have you ever won in any of these categories?
I've never won first place. First year I got third.
Okay, third's not bad.
I shouldn't say the first
good for
year.
you.
How many is in the race usually, or the?
The second year I got third place when I went with my friend.
Okay.
And then I got 2 second place.
Like again.
Nice.
Yeah. Was it consecutive the year after?
Yeah.
Got it.
1 year we didn't make it because we ended up flipping the boat. The water was so cold that my friend refused to get back in. I was like, we're so close. Come on, we're so close. We're so close. She was like, fuck you. I'm done.
I'm out of here.
And sadly, because she did the race, I think 2-3 years in a row with me. And that's who I won the medals with.
There you go. Medals.
So that,
you get a little second place medal, first place, second place, third place.
That's cute.
Yeah,
nice.
I should have brought them. I forgot.
It's all right. You can always take a picture.
Yeah. So we dumped, and she wouldn't get back in, and needless to say, I lost my partner after that.
Oh, no. Was it really that soul-crushing? Okay.
She was like, fuck no.
Could she swim?
She could, but the water's so icy. It's the end of April.
Right.
How deep is this water?
Good question.
It varies.
I mean, like, if you were to tip, if you were to tip, you have to be able to swim. I mean,
some spots.
People wear life.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. So you have to wear a life.
You have to have a life coat.
Okay.
They have rules,
Okay.
Have the rules. For good reason, too, because there's some fucking crazy people out there.
One more question for me on it. As you go down, are there like safety people along the way?
There is. When we tipped over, it was probably the roughest year, I think. And so at the, like the biggest rapids, they had a rescue crew.
Okay, rescue crew.
So we had lost our paddles.
Oh, Jesus.
And
okay. I guess that would happen going down, right?
We were going down the rapids backwards. We're like,
wow.
What the fuck? And the rescue team got us. Like
Forget it.
They caught us. They got our paddles. Wow. We got our bearings. We didn't tip. They tipped us over. We were still backwards. They went to go push us, and they tipped us. And
ruined this girl's life on this thing.
She was out of that water faster than I could blink. And I'm just like anchoring my feet, and I wasn't losing my canoe. I was like holding it. I'm like, they're like, let it go. I'm like, fuck you. Hold on, let it go. So we got it, and they gave us like the blankets and stuff. And,
right.
But she was like, I'm like, we'll eat. I got my sandwiches, and she was like, nope. She's like, gotta get somebody to come pick us up.
I'm done. I'm finished. Forget it.
You want to know a funny story? In real life, that my mother-in-law, like years and years ago, she took part. She used to do this often, and she would do this. And
she did it as well.
She won. Wow. Actually. She won twice. The first time, she had won. I guess back when she had done it, they were handing out trophies because she had won a trophy.
Okay.
Nice.
And then the second time she had won, she had received a ribbon.
A ribbon is still something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know that she did it with she had a partner, so I guess they were doing the double thing.
Did she do it for a lot of years too?
I don't know how long. I know that it was. She did. I know she participated for a good handful. I don't know the correct amount. But,
that's not too bad.
I wanted to ask you though, real quick, age limit. Anyone, any age is there an age limit?
There are, I want to say restrictions. You can do like I think one category had a family member, one adult, and one under 18.
Okay.
So you can bring your kids. It's just the category.
Right.
And I mean, you don't even have to participate in the race necessarily. I think you could probably go up a little to the boat dock and just launch off.
And just launch off of it. That's not too bad.
And not have a number.
Right.
I don't know how that works.
Do they? I'm guessing they just wait until the actual people that are racing down either go or they're while they're preparing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they I think they stagger the race times like every 5 minutes. New starts or something.
Right. Okay.
Something like that.
That makes sense.
So hustle. Let's do it.
I was gonna say, are you gonna be looking for a new partner in the future?
I don't need to because I have a kayak. So that was the whole point.
That's true. Okay.
Of me selling my canoe.
Right.
And my friend was like, well, I'm going to get a kayak because I told her I wanted a kayak. She's like, well, I'm going to get a kayak. And she questioned me about it. And
damn, you put the fear of God in her.
No, like she's my ride or die bitch.
Oh, okay.
she's great.
Shout
out.
And she left me. She moved to New Mexico.
Oh,
so she's on my shit list, but I still love her.
How long ago was this?
She left in September, middle of September.
New Mexico. What's the word about it?
She likes it.
Yeah.
It is beautiful there, though. It is beautiful. Yeah.
She wants me to come visit.
Yeah, you should definitely visit.
I'm trying to put it in the works, but
New Mexico.
It's definitely beautiful. Some parts of New Mexico. Yeah.
But she got me good. I was like, she's like, well, what should I look for? And I gave her like, what kind of specs and this, that, and the other thing. And,
right.
And next thing you know, I went home and there's friggin' a boat in my yard, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Merry Christmas.
And the guy, and it was funny because I'm a humorous girl, so I stroll up and there's this guy, he's standing in my yard, and I'm like, I guess I had to sign for it.
Right.
And I'm like, thanks for the boat. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I stopped the car. I'm like, no, seriously, what the hell?
What the hell is this boat doing there?
He's like, you're Angela, right? And I'm like,
so there was a random boat.
A random kayak in my yard. A really sweet one, too.
There you go.
Racing kayak.
That's what's up. Somebody
psyched.
out there is looking for that kayak. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she bought matching ones. She got me a blue one, and she got the exact same one in orange for herself. So
dope.
Okay. So
nice.
She's great.
Well, you got to bring her back from New Mexico.
I know. I tell her all the time.
Yeah.
She left me.
So real quick, you already talked about a crazy experience that had happened during that race. Have you seen anything not you experience it, not you yourself, but
I've seen so much.
Okay, give me an example. What's something wild that you've seen?
All right, so me and Melissa, my friend Melissa, were going down, and there was this couple, and the girl was in the back. Yeah, she was in the back. And we were going around these rapids, and it was really rough. Mm-hmm. And she somehow just flipped over backwards. But,
just randomly?
Yeah. She fell out of her boat, but she didn't come up.
No.
Wow. Oh.
So it was a panic. What the fuck? We stopped, going back.
Right.
The guy's like, bugger.
Oh, Jesus.
And finally she came up, gasping for breath, but it was
yeah,
a good 1-2 minutes? Jesus.
That's scary.
It was I don't know how long it was, but it was,
It was long enough.
Longer than she should have when you fall off a boat.
That's scary.
Well, let me skip all that. You haven't seen anyone perish.
No.
Okay. That's good.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank God.
Good. All right.
And I don't know if anybody's ever perished.
Okay. Good.
As far as I know, on that run. Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. Heebie-jeebies. There's no way I can get in the water. No way I can jump off any planes in the sky. None of that.
The whole thing, this whole I'm trying to envision, the whole going down the river or whatever. And it reminds me of a movie. This is the only thing that I can think of. Is you guys ever seen it's older, but The River Wild?
I've seen it once.
Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon.
I don't know. The title is very familiar.
Yeah, it just reminds me of.
What does it remind you of? There's a specific scene?
No, just of this whole thing. Because that's what they do. That's what the movie is. They get in a raft thing and they go down this crazy river.
Right.
But then,
things happen.
Certain unfortunate things happen. But it's crazy, that movie.
Would you ever be on the water? Would you ever do the kayaking?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. Maybe I have a crazy story though. So when I was living down in Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a I was real close with a bunch of guys, and it was summertime, super hot down there. We didn't have anything to do, you know, and we were trying to think like of something new to do. And one of my close friends was like, "Yo, we should go river rafting or rafting." And like me and my other friend, like I'm from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
My other boy, he's from DC area,
DC.
right?
Got it.
So someone says river rafting, right? Like
Means two different things.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I was thinking like what do you mean like river rafting? Like what do you mean? And he's like, "Yo, we'll get on a raft and then go down the river." So like I'm
Right.
thinking like we're all gonna go and we're all gonna, you know, get on a raft together and like put on like life jackets
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
we're gonna go. We're gonna,
That's
you
what I
know,
would have thought.
we're
Right.
gonna have a little smoke, little drink, and we're
Uh-huh.
gonna go down the river. We're gonna have fun.
Right.
But so like the dude kept asking us that, you know, everybody, and then finally we were like, all right, cool, that sounds cool. Well, I guess
don't
we'll
tell
do
me
it.
it's this type of story.
So we put bathing suits on and whatnot, and we drive to the spot, right? And
Uh-huh.
we drive all the way up. So in Virginia,
Right.
there's a river called the James River.
Okay.
And
James River.
where it was located at, it was like you drive like up to the top of this mountain. Like
Jesus.
it's far.
The winding road.
And what that you do is there's like a car like at the end point, and then you have like you just cart everybody all the way up to the top
Mm-hmm.
with all their rafts and whatnot. But by the time we get up there, right,
Mm-hmm.
like we get up to the top, everyone's about to get in, and me and my boy we're like, you know, where's the boats? Like what are we doing? Like,
Oh no!
And
and then like
where the boats at?
the dude's like, no. We're like, no, bro, you don't use a boat. Like, you use a tube. And like, we're like, what? Like, yo, you never
Get
seen,
the
like,
fuck out of here.
like a tube, like
That
one
sounds
of those
fun.
donut things you sit in, like
Where there's a hole in the middle?
And he was like,
Forget it.
yeah, bro. And we were like, yo, I hate you.
For real.
Like and we were like, nah. We're like, all right, well, how we getting like,
That's
nah, we're
river-
not doing
that's
it.
river
We
tubing,
driving
not
right back
rafting.
down the
How we
mountain.
getting down? And they were
We
like,
driving back.
the car wasn't there no
The
more.
car's
bro.
not
They
there
left.
no more?
Nah, they drop everybody off.
Oh,
And then
and they don't do
the
like no
only way-
rescue service?
only way to get down is going down.
Yo,
And
your
we
friend
were
is
like,
an asshole for that.
Yo, we were like, are you kidding me? And it was crazy, bro. Like literally having to sit in like this dirty river water, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Oh,
sitting in this
no.
tube and like, so I just go, like everyone just goes. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like it was nasty, but like there were some crazy parts. Like there were like rapid parts and stuff.
Damn,
Like
do you know how to
you-
swim?
yeah, oh yeah, I'm a good
Okay,
swimmer.
You're good then.
Yeah, I'm a real good swimmer.
Okay.
So there was this one part though where like literally there was like rapids, like
Yeah.
and when you're approaching it, you're like, oh shit, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
When I hit it though, like I was able to stay on my tube and it was fun. Like I
Oh,
was
okay.
going
So
down,
you
right?
eased into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I get down and I'm through that, and I look back and I see my other boy, right, who was miserable. Okay, he was
Am
not
I
having.
going to die?
He was not having a
Yeah.
fun time either. But like I see him, and as soon as he hits these rapids, all you see is just his feet go up like this. You see his ass; he just goes backwards into the water, bro.
No.
Most hilarious thing. Then
Oh,
yo,
no.
afterwards, he was so big. He swims to the side, grabs his tube. The rest of the way, he walking
Walking
down the
down.
entire
For
thing.
real.
Like,
Screw
bro,
that.
He
we'll-
probably in New Mexico too.
yo,
now.
we're gonna see you in a few hours, bro.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Damn.
that
He must have been angry walking that whole thing.
bro, it was hilarious. It was
Oh,
a funny
no.
experience. Good times, I guess, you know
That's
what I'm saying. But
amazing.
it was wild.
I'm assuming you don't talk to this friend anymore.
No, occasionally we do. We're still good. We're still cool.
Remember
Like,
that
it was
one time?
cool. Yeah, no, for real. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, but before we do that, we want to remind all our listeners to please find us on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and Google.
And Google.
And by using one or all of those platforms, show the love and
Please.
subscribe, follow, comment, share.
Please.
Yes, leave a 5-star rating.
If you can bless it.
Absolutely. Those little, those little clicks and those little things really help us and the podcast out, and we really appreciate
They
that.
really do. They really do.
And with that being said, we'll be right back. So I have a question for our listeners out there. Do you own a computer? Are you having trouble with broken screens, data backup issues, password reset problems, virus spyware removal, software installation issues? If so, Slipstream Repair Computer Electronic Solutions has you covered. Contact Timothy Latunde at 845-204-1712. The email is ss.sho16@gmail.com. Once again, that is 845-204-1712. And the email is ss.sho16@gmail.com. Call or email to schedule a free consultation. Welcome back to It's All Relative. Still with us in studio, Random Ange.
Yes.
So, staying on track with the randomness. Angela, safe to say you have a curious nature? You like to explore things?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay. I know you and I have talked about this once before, but share with us and share, to all the listeners, share with everyone the story about the one time you and your friend came across the particular house while you were out exploring. Explain this whole situation scenario.
Okay.
Just take it. Yeah.
So there's a house.
So there's this house. My friend Lisa, she had a friend who grew up there or lived there when they were kids. She visited the house when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where is this? Where is it located at?
It's in Poquag area. That's all I can say.
That's not by you too, right, bro?
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, the legalities of.
Right, no, you're good. You don't have to be specific, but the general area.
Poquag
Okay.
area. So she claimed it was haunted.
Okay, haunted house.
So let's go exploring.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I didn't think it was haunted. It was weird. It's one of those houses where people just leave everything as is and walk away. It was like weird.
Oh, they just dip from the house? Like they just leave their life behind?
TVs behind. They left
that's a come up.
food in the fridge.
Yeah, see, that's really
that's crazy.
Weird. Now, when you went to go explore this house and whatnot, explain the setting, time. When was it? During the day? During the evening?
We went during the day.
Okay.
It was in October. I think there was still some snow on the ground. It wasn't. It was a little creepy, just as a creepy house, but it wasn't.
Did you break in to get in? Like, how'd you get in?
No.
Did you just walk in?
Just walk right in.
Jesus.
And all this shit was just there, like.
Yeah.
Except for them.
You could tell there was some squatters. There was a mattress on the ground.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
there was some squatters there.
Okay.
TV's still on and everything.
Not on, but it's still, sitting there. I was like, this is a nice TV. They had a working wash machine. I thought about taking.
Damn.
We went upstairs. There was a bathroom, like a master bedroom that went into a bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
This bathroom was friggin' gorgeous.
Jesus.
Like big ass tub, like corner tub, like
nice,
beautiful tiles. Like it was just gorgeous. Like, why would anybody leave this? There was a brand new toilet still in the plastic wrap.
Still in the wrap?
Still wrapped up, like never used. Like, so, you just wonder why people just get up and
just leave. How many have you seen a number of people leave? I would say, how many people have you seen that have been in and out that live there?
I couldn't even tell you.
Jesus.
I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure there was people exploring in there before me too.
Right.
The bedroom, all the stuff was like rummaged through. There was jewelry.
And it was all just
up on
there.
the bed, like dumped on the bed.
Jesus.
Lots of stuff.
People were looking for the rich stuff, the stuff that they could sell off.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there was this one room. She was like, I don't even remember that room. Like, how do you not remember this whole room? It's part of the main house. Like, there's like an attached
Yeah, it's
portion,
an
like
adjacent
this
thing.
is.
Yeah.
She's like, no, well, we weren't allowed to go to certain places. We weren't allowed to. I don't know. It's just weird.
Right.
But I didn't find the house so creepy. There was a lot of outbuildings. That's what I found creepy.
Outbuildings. Okay.
Outbuildings.
Describe that. What's an outbuilding?
Like sheds.
Okay.
So there was this one shed. You have to walk into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It was all dilapidated, so you got to like climb back there.
Jesus.
And then there was the door, another door with a padlock on it. It was open, but you could see where the padlock.
Yeah, the padlock was there.
Yeah.
Somebody took the time out to keep the padlock on there.
Yeah. So I like walked in there, and it was just this huge, maybe like what looked to be like an old like cattle barn.
Right.
Just like this huge open concrete space.
That's
like,
kind of creepy.
That's kind of creepy for real.
Yeah. And so there was 2 skylights, I guess you would like.
Was the lights beaming down in?
Openings, yeah.
Right.
And it was like, I would say at least like 30 feet up. It was high.
Damn.
So I was curious as to where it led, and I found it, and it was buried.
Oh.
Like you can't tell it's there. You walk through the woods. You just drop through a hole. Bam. Like you don't know.
You made your way out, or you weren't panicking or anything when you saw everything.
No, I was video recording it all, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
So I got that video somewhere too.
That could be a movie.
So this seems like it was some crazy like underground bunker or some weird.
But with the
lights,
lights,
the top was kind of buried.
Nuclear bunker.
I can't even describe it.
Interesting.
But like. It was like the shed was there. Like you would think there's a shed there.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think that there was anything beyond the shed. That's what was creepy about it.
See, that is scary. That is cool because your mind can take you in any direction about something like that. Because when you do, like you said, when you look at a little shed, you wouldn't expect to be able to find something like that right now under there. And then you think, all right, so this is a big space. What could have or what went on down
in here? Yeah, what the hell's going on down there?
What could have transpired?
And then it makes it even stranger that the house itself seemed like you had said that it was like whoever was there just up and left. Now, why? And if this hidden building down here in the earth space, this
Also, so beyond, like right beyond that building, there was another little building that had a toilet in it.
Was it also spotless like the other one upstairs?
No.
Okay.
No, this was like.
No, but that's weird in itself to have another toilet.
It was another little shed where you walk into. And then you walked into another little room, and it actually had 2 toilet bowls in there.
2 toilet bowls.
One that looked like it was connected to something, and one that was not.
Jesus. And what is it connected
That's
to?
Scary.
That's weird for sure.
And it was when I was watching a lot of Criminal Minds, so what's going through my mind. I'm like, yo, your friend's dad was a serial killer.
Maybe. How do you know?
You don't.
Oh,
and it bordered a farm. Like there was so much property, like nobody would hear.
Do you know how many acres it was?
Yeah, that's scary.
I don't.
Forget it. I wouldn't be over there.
I know it bordered a horse farm that was huge.
Right, which was a long stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you won't even know where the border begins and ends.
Screaming.
Right.
Even trying to scream up that hole.
Jesus.
Nobody knows.
And you were recording it all. Were you like panning around things to try and see the clues and stuff?
Yeah, I got an hour and I think it's like an hour and a half.
Wow.
And then another 15 minutes.
Did you find anything cool? Like
or
going
creepy?
Through? Yeah. Anything?
I found stupid shit, a glue gun, a little sewing box, like
no guns, no ammunition or swords or machetes or anything.
No.
Okay.
Found a wash machine I wanted, but nobody wanted to go back and get it.
Ain't nobody going back there.
I was like, come on, dude, it looks brand new. I need a new wash machine.
Well, what about in the open space, down or beneath the shed or whatever? Was there anything weird down there or completely empty?
A completely empty concrete underground barn.
Were there drains?
No, it reminds me of a cattle barn, but without the wells. Like if you.
Oh, okay.
they have those like I don't know what they're for. Shit.
Yeah.
Piss,
Yeah.
food.
Basically,
Not
or
sure.
food, something like that. Something.
So, but it was just like a gigantic building.
Was it like immaculate? Was there anything there that was out of the ordinary? I would say.
I think there might have been maybe 1 or 2 food wrappers, but
Dude, that's so
nothing.
weird.
That is weird.
Really weird.
Nothing.
Yeah. So that means food wrappers. That means somebody else came to
I
explore.
looked for like chains on the wall. I didn't. I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
I got weird vibes.
Okay.
Like, so I didn't even go. Like, I only went maybe halfway through. I didn't go the full length of it. Like, it was big.
It was long.
It was freaking huge.
Right.
That's important too. Like,
so like I was just. I got vibes. I get vibes. I was like, nah.
Yeah, no, that's important. When you walk into rooms or certain things like that, situations or scenarios, and you get that weird feeling or like where you know that something's off.
Right.
Something is
you
not right.
know that
right.
You're usually right. Your intuition is usually on
Now,
point.
upon questioning, it was said that the friend's great grandfather something was making moonshine in there.
Oh, well, shit. Okay.
So I don't know if
The moonshine workers.
that
Yeah.
It
that
makes
works.
sense,
Does it,
maybe,
though?
because I mean, maybe they were using that. I mean, you need a spot for that
But
to be able to do that, right? And if somebody had to leave a house, and
Yeah,
whatnot,
they had to
that's a
just
good-
bounce entirely.
That would be a good reason.
Right.
Was there a water supply down there?
Oh, very
You
good
need-
question.
You
Yeah.
need.
I didn't see one, but
But you didn't go far
Then-
enough anyways.
I've explored pretty much the whole property.
Oh, okay.
But there was, like I said, there was a toilet in there, so I had to go somewhere, right?
See, that's so strange.
1920s moonshine.
That's
yeah.
so strange. These little sheds and whatnot were like. Were any of them used like as outhouses or weird? Because I know, like, I've seen outhouses before, and they scare me.
Yeah, I've
And
They
seen
skeeve you out?
outhouses
Yeah, they're
before,
just-
and I wouldn't consider this an outhouse.
Okay.
But this was much larger, right? Like an actual property underground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I do got a question for you. How was the lighting? Was the lighting on? Was it bright? Was it dark?
There was it was just the light from the skylights.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was like dark and
Right. And dank and everything
mossy.
like that. Right.
Just
So, yeah, and that's really creepy too. To even
Mm.
think that if
Creepy.
there were some homeless people there, whatnot, too, or squatters, whatnot, you know, they're walking around this spot.
They may
or
be there.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Weird
Yeah.
time. Like that's just. Eesh.
yeah. So I walked around. I followed. I found the 2 holes.
Right.
But like, if you were walking in the woods, you wouldn't see it.
You wouldn't see it at all.
Covered in leaves and
Damn, that's random as hell.
there was a board up there, like a square board that you would cover 1 hole with.
Oh, wow.
Like,
And yet there was
but it
just a
wasn't.
life down there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's some crazy.
It wasn't
operation,
covered. It was just
man.
sitting like next to the hole on top.
Right. Meaning people
On the
going in
ground.
and out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Weird.
You're not going in and out that hole. You die. Like I told you, it was like 30 feet up.
Oh, 30 feet?
Yeah, it was.
And like no ladders or anything
No.
going straight up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Jesus.
There's no getting out of there.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't catch me in there in the first place. I would be in the car waiting for you to run out. All right, I got the car ready.
Tuck
Let's
and
go.
roll.
Let's go.
Well, yeah, it's scary to think that if that room was used for some bad things, that's
Yeah.
a horrible
Yeah.
thing.
Forget
man.
it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never
You
know.
never know.
You never know.
That is crazy though to discover or to come across. When you're exploring some things. Does that building still stand? Is it still standing today?
The house actually was demolished recently.
Okay.
The garage still stands. I drive by it now and again.
They demolished part of the evil.
Well, you can't see those
You
outbuildings.
can't see the
so-
outbuildings. Oh, no.
So they could still be out like in the woods and whatnot. And stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
You've never been back to go and visit or see if.
I don't know. I probably would.
The saga
probably
continues.
would.
Probably
Yeah,
would.
the saga
I'd be
continues.
like, let's
Right
go
on.
check it out. But of course, she's in New Mexico. So
Well, bring it back.
it's like, shit. Get back here.
Come on back. We gotta explore this again.
What's her name?
Lisa,
Lisa.
Shout outs to Lisa.
Shout out Lisa, if you're
Lisa,
listening, or
my main bitch.
when you listen,
Right.
you gotta come back.
Bring the kayak and we're going in
Yak,
there.
yak, yak, yak,
For
yak,
real.
yak, yak. Y'all don't know by now.
All right, right on. You want to touch in on anything else about that story?
I'm good. That's creepy enough for me.
All right. Yeah, that was weird.
Adventure in your nightmares.
Actually, yeah, definitely, definitely.
All right. So, Angela, you yourself, you are also an animal lover, correct?
I am an animal lover.
That's awesome. You spent some time working at a veterinary hospital, right, or office?
Veterinary office, yes.
That's awesome. Do you know that Tim worked at a veterinary office as well?
I have.
We did figure that one out.
Yeah. Shout outs to working at a veterinary office, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's my passion.
Oh, it's your passion.
I love it.
That's good.
It's
If I
wonderful.
ever won the lottery, that's what I'd go do.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what type of position would you want to be?
Just
like
an assistant.
an assistant? Okay. Yeah. Actually, the our editor Deirdre, she also was an assistant.
Nice.
Yeah. So she loved doing that. Yeah.
How long did you do that for?
I would say 6 years altogether.
Nice.
2 different hospitals or offices, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anything local, if I may ask?
Compassion in
Oh.
Poughkeepsie
Okay.
was my first one, and then I went to Country Comfort Animal Hospital in Millbrook.
In Millbrook, yeah.
The doctor that opened Country Comfort used to work at Compassion.
Nice.
There.
Nice.
So when she
Compassion,
set up,
they're good. They're good people over there.
when
Yeah.
she set up her own practice, there I went.
Oh no.
Nice and close to home.
Yay. Not bad.
Nice.
So
What about you, Tim? How long did you work at the vet
Oh
for?
my goodness. I think just under 5 years or so.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys average around the same time.
Around the same time, yeah. But she sounds like she did a lot more work than me. I did like a lot of the IT front desk, and like I was assisting every so often.
I love
Like,
assisting.
Yeah. It's wonderful. I've learned so much about pets in that span of
Some
a
wild
couple
shit
years.
happened there too.
Yeah, definitely. I believe
A
it.
lot of good
sure.
times. Scaring. I love to scare people. I'd hide and scare people.
You won't scare me. That trust me. No, it was wonderful stuff. Yeah.
So, all right. So for both of you, then, give me one of your greatest memories when working with animals.
Greatest memories?
Yeah, at the office.
At
What,
the
you
office?
got a cool experience with or let me say, if you can't think of a certain scenario, what's the craziest animal you've ever seen or helped or worked on? Or
We had some crazy cats.
cats?
The cats, yes.
The ones that need those insulin shots.
Yes.
Spitting, hissing, screeching at the top. They freak
Right.
you out.
And like they'll even like try and
screech.
claw you through the grate.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
get over here, I'll mess your
I
face
had
up.
2 of them that were
See,
top notch.
Yeah,
like,
I believe it.
spitting in your face.
Oh my
like,
god. Oh,
hence
no.
why I'm
I
not
got a
a
picture
cat
of him.
person.
No.
Fangs out, drool hanging from his mouth.
Like a real vampire. No.
Cats are scary.
Cats are scary.
So that would be a bad memory, not a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Working with this God, I can't remember if I can recall. Saint Bernard dog, very big dog, very beautiful. Name was Milo, I think. The sweetest dog ever. Dog is as big as me, but the sweetest dog ever.
And that's one of your greatest memories.
That's one of my greatest memories.
Saint Bernard dogs. They always remind me of the movie Beethoven.
Exactly.
Remember?
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, those
And that was him.
big dogs.
Big dogs.
That's
yeah.
cool though.
Yeah.
That's
like a
cool.
big teddy bear dog. Yeah.
That's cool. Any weird? Do people usually just bring like the normal animals that people would bring to vets, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like you guys
Typically.
didn't ever deal with I know some places accept like rabbits or goats or
When I worked at my second vet, we accepted some small animals for certain things.
Okay.
I remember one day somebody came in. They were, a couple. They had bought guinea pigs for their kids.
yeah.
Ooh.
2 guinee pigs,
Mhm.
and they
They
woke up to 3. And
Yep.
like, what the hell?
Just about
Like,
to
what
say.
the hell? And I'm like,
Congratulations.
is that a baby?
Yeah, right.
They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. They in the pet shop they just throw them all together, and
Mhm.
next thing you know, you got yourself a baby.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
What about you, Tim?
As
Or
far
just
as
the usual animals,
just the typical animals, the
Typical.
dog and the cat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Every so often you see a rabbit or something that just needs a shot.
Nobody deals with amphibians or reptiles or.
No,
There
not in
is
the
one, but
hospital.
not this one.
Okay.
No.
What about birds? Is that normal or no?
also for at least for the one that I worked at, we sent everything out. Like there was like a bird rescue,
Okay.
and then she would take care of everything.
Right on.
Yeah, all the wild fowl and everything.
I used
Wild
to
birds.
cut wings. That was it.
Okay.
Cut wings.
I'd cut the wings and trim the feet. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, how was that?
You know,
Wasn't that bad?
easy.
Yeah, not bad.
Just gotta know what to cut and what not to cut.
Right,
You
right.
know,
That's
shit,
hence
you
the
know.
question. Yeah.
I learned that and when I worked at pet shops in my teens and
Oh, okay.
early 20s. Yeah,
Dang.
learned a lot of shit there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I had a snake once. I had lots of animals. A couple bearded dragons and a
Couple bearded
iguana,
dragon. Damn.
lots
You had
of
the full
fish, couple
set.
turtles.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not a fan of reptiles.
You don't like
really, anything
reptiles? Why?
I don't know, bro. I hate snakes. I hate snakes.
I had to get rid of mine.
Oh.
I had a Colombian red-tailed boa.
Okay.
What
And,
the hell?
He's-
Her name
Hated
was
already.
Baby. You know, I rescued her because she had a respiratory infection.
Aw.
So I took her,
yeah.
nursed her back to health, and
Good for you, but I don't
Eventually-
feel bad.
eventually,
Jesus.
years later, she was probably about 6'5". I would say about 5 feet,
Okay.
and
Damn,
she
that's
got
big.
loose when I was
Yeah.
at work.
Ooh. So what if? So Josh, what if there was a snake loose in your house?
Hell no.
Burn the house down?
I would. I hate. Yeah, they're just so they scare me,
Yeah, I
especially
hear
when
you.
they like be moving.
Right.
like,
They really they slither real quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro.
My boyfriend at the time found it. It struck at him.
Oh,
It was a big
really?
Thing. I had to
Yikes.
get rid of it.
Oh yeah,
Yikes.
that's
I was
horrible.
like,
Wasn't poisonous or anything. I don't
No,
know.
it's a boa
It's a boa,
constrictor. You
so-
know,
Okay.
it's not gonna wrap around his neck or anything.
I
Not
don't-
that
who
big.
knows? I
He's
don't know.
6'5", you know, nothing's happening there.
Okay.
Little bitch.
Either way, no, thank you, man.
I have the butcher knife ready. I'm gonna chop it up.
You know, that was one thing that sucked. I spent some time. I lived in Florida, right? And
Damn, they got big ones over there.
I
Mhm.
and I lived in an apartment complex during some time when I spent down there, and I lived on the bottom floor,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be so weird because when you would come home, you know, it was like pretty much playing like Russian roulette. You would never know what kind of shit you would see run across the floor when you opened up.
Something
like,
every day.
there were like little lizard things, little
Little green
gecko
anoles.
things. There were sometimes snakes.
Right,
There were,
right.
Like, bro, come on. It was.
Those palmetto
Oh, no.
bugs.
Yeah.
I mean, there were just so many things that it was just.
Florida's an awful place.
Yeah,
Wait,
man,
I
it's
guess
crazy.
I guess you would come to Nigeria because boy, when we used to just live, when I lived in Nigeria for a while, that's just a daily occurrence, bro. Just,
bugs, and
bugs,
stuff like that.
rodents,
Oh,
reptiles.
Damn. Oh damn.
They just chilling, bro.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of none of that. This is a quick sidebar, but this is kind of cool because I saw one of the most frightening pictures I've ever seen dead ass in my life. And it was of an animal. And they were showing like the most scariest animals in Australia or in the world. And it just so happened that a lot of these animals are from Australia.
Right.
And bro, if you look this up, Australia has these bats. Like that this bat was hanging like upside down from like the roof, and it was like 5 foot like
Oh yeah,
like
I
a
believe it. 100%.
human.
100%.
Yo. What would you do if you walked into a room and
Run
you
away.
saw it literally looked like a person like hanging upside down?
That's the
like,
vampire. That's where they get
Exactly
the vampire
what I would've
stuff.
thought, like,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Just take me.
Oh
Turn
my
me. I
Just
don't
turn me,
care.
Dracula. It's ready. I'm ready.
God, that's so scary, man. Like that stuff. But so I guess I'm thankful that I've never had come across or experienced
I guess you won't be
anything
going to
like
Australia now.
Ugh,
that. Probably
they got like the most
not.
poisonous shit there.
Everything,
I
bro.
know everything
Everything.
bad there.
Yeah.
But I hear like it's a very nice
It's a place down under.
place
Yeah,
to
it's pretty chill.
see, but yeah, definitely not to live or I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really cool with all those animals.
Yeah. Well, you know, like the whole center of Australia is where they have all that crazy stuff. Like that's the actual outback. You know what I mean? The center of Australia, because everyone lives on the coastline. So all that stuff that you're talking about, that's all like in the center.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's
that.
like no man's land there.
Yeesh.
Yeah, you ain't going there.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
It's all good. Shout outs to Australia though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Everybody,
accent. Ooh.
Yeah, lovely accent. See, there you go.
everybody
Gets
from
me every time.
There
Australia.
you go. Yeah.
Australia reminds me
Hit
of
me up, Australia.
Crocodile
I'm
Dundee.
single.
She's single. Anybody from Australia?
Yeah, we were gonna shout that out too. Yeah, single Ange. Yeah. But all right, let's real quick before we end here, some quick hitters. Angela, give me one of your pet peeves or one of your strongest pet peeves.
I'm a bit of a road rage person.
Oh,
Road rage.
Get out of the way.
I'm pretty positive, but road rage gets me. So I don't know if you know that intersection 82 in Taconic.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to take that left-hand turn, and everybody takes the
everybody
left-hand
takes it because they all suck.
Oh, it gets me every time. Or the roundabouts.
They don't
You're gonna put a roundabout? Give classes, like
on how to do a roundabout.
yes, like
Oh my
people
God.
don't know.
people
They
stop,
don't know.
people just go. Like no, you just slow down. Like it's
Take
a
a
merge.
quick
It's
second
a
to wait,
continuous
and then you merge. Yeah,
Yep.
That's what it is. And
People
so
don't know.
right.
I get pretty hot.
Right. It's actually kind of funny because every so often I'll go there to those roundabouts and I'll see like the high school kids honking at like the old person in front that's like waiting forever. And I've seen one where there was one guy, he's just like continuously driving in the circle because he doesn't know how to merge out. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here?
That happened.
Yeah.
Years ago.
See?
At
Yeah.
going down to Jones Beach.
Exactly.
And my friend was in the left. She couldn't get out.
I don't know how to do
for
this.
an hour or more. We were
For
like,
an hour?
We're like,
Oh my
I was
God,
like,
you
Melissa.
kidding?
And she's like, I just can't. I don't know what to do.
Oh, wow.
It was hilarious.
Oh no.
We finally crept over and got out.
How many lanes was it? It can't be
I
more than
two
two.
or three.
Yeah,
I
oh my
don't
God.
remember.
Well, she was in the center.
But
Jesus.
she was in the closest left lane.
Yep, that's how it is. Yeah.
To get off.
Oh no. For
But
an
yeah,
hour.
That's
Wow.
my pet peeve. People that don't know how to fucking drive.
Right on.
Pardon
Right
my
on.
French.
No, you good. Well, real quick then, in your opinion, what state holds down being the worst drivers? Real quick, do you know if you want to
I'm not.
put somebody on blast or put a state on blast?
I really can't do that.
No.
I haven't really traveled too much.
Okay.
I've only been from Canada to Florida, and I
That's
would
a
say
big
New
little
York
chunk.
sucks.
Right. It is.
I hate to be the one to.
You think New York drivers are the worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
New York City drivers are the worst.
Yeah.
All them boys, get out the way.
Something.
Okay.
Or don't drive. And
Just
for me,
drive or don't drive. Like.
exactly.
Okay.
I was gonna say shout outs to Cali because they all are awful in Cali.
There are some Florida idiots.
I need
but
Cali
it's
people
all
to
flat.
better.
How do you mess that
How
up?
do you mess it up?
Like,
Same with
yeah.
Cali.
Or
Same
the
with
people that
Cali.
put their blinkers on accidentally for like 500 miles, and you're like, "What the fuck? Are you gonna turn?"
I always wonder that too. Like every
Like,
time
how
I
do you
see
not
that.
see it or hear it?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how does that not bother you?
How does it not register? I don't know.
So yeah, I'd have to go with road rage.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. If you could go back in time and change one thing or event in your life, what would it be?
Damn, good question.
There is one moment.
Okay. Yeah. First one that comes to mind.
It's my only regret.
Okay.
This is one dude. His name was Chuck, and
We hate him.
no, I wanted to do him so bad.
Oh, we don't hate him. Shout outs to
No.
Chuck.
We don't hate him.
All
And
right.
so when I finally got the opportunity, I didn't because I was dating somebody else.
Oh,
and I'm like one of
no.
those fucked up people that monogamous or whatever.
Right.
On his
And-
side, right?
I was dating somebody, so I said.
So you were
yeah.
all about being monogamous.
So-
Yeah.
That's my biggest regret. I
Shout
wish
outs
I
to
could
Chuck
turn
wherever
back-
you are.
Turn
Oh,
back time
and not
I'd
be with somebody.
Do you know where he is right now?
Should happen. Yeah, he's around.
Okay, well,
Okay.
try and holla.
Nah, not the same.
Oh, not this.
It's
Oh,
not the same.
rest in peace.
No, just not the same.
Just not the same.
Yeah.
Not the
I
same. Like
gotcha.
I need him type of
Yeah,
feel.
No, yeah, I'm over it.
Oh, that's
But
unfortunate.
if I could turn back time, that's definitely
Right on.
the one.
All right.
And I always said that. It's my only regret in life.
Okay.
Now, what would you say if somehow he heard this podcast and he's trying to holler at you?
I mean, you are single right
You
now.
are single.
And anything's possible.
Okay,
Chuck, listen to this podcast, my man.
actually.
Get on it. All right, Angela. If you could advise or leave any words of wisdom to the people who are listening, what would it be?
Follow your gut and have as much fun as you can while you can.
Good advice.
Very good advice.
Be
Absolutely.
spontaneous.
Definitely.
Explore. You
Definitely.
never know.
Life is short.
Life is very short.
Very short.
Have fun,
You never
right?
know.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right. Last one, real quick. Give me one goal that you haven't yet reached yet in life. One goal or one dream. Something, that you haven't been able to.
I've always wanted to go to Italy. That's
Yeah?
Okay.
something that's always been.
That's
Any
been on the list?
particular spot in Italy, or
No, I mean it'd be cool to see where my family was, but
where was
Nice.
not really sure.
that? Okay.
As my father says, it sounds like a boozy, but it's not. So I never really found out.
Okay.
I mean, are you going to try and do this like within a very short period of time or a little bit later after COVID
Definitely
dies
after
down?
COVID. That's
Okay.
not anything that's going to happen in the near future.
Okay.
But it's on the bucket
But
list.
it's on
for
the
sure.
bucket list.
Okay. Bucket list.
I got a lot of bucket list places to go.
There you go.
So I never traveled.
Where
much.
else?
Yeah, I was gonna say, name a few.
Little things like Assateague Island where the ponies run.
Okay.
That always Chicateague, Assateague. I might be saying it wrong.
Right,
I
right,
don't
right.
know.
Wait, where is that?
Virginia.
I was gonna say Maryland. I
Maryland.
think I've been there.
Virginia and Maryland.
I've been there.
How is it?
It was it's nice. It's a beach where we're actually where they have wild horses and whatnot that run on the beach. There's also a place if you go farther south in the Carolinas. My family and I love to go. We spend a lot of time at the Outer Banks, which
Heard of that place?
they have wild horses that walk
didn't
up
know
and
that.
down the beaches, do their thing, and they're just there. It's crazy.
Yeah, for real.
What's another spot? Anywhere on the West Coast?
Oh, Baja.
Okay, Baja's
Baja,
nice.
Mexico.
I've been there too.
Cabo Pumo?
Yeah.
It's on the Baja coast.
Right.
My father bought property down there and built a little house,
Okay.
cottage.
Nice.
Your father's still around, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just turned 86
God bless.
Oh,
on
yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Oh, happy
St. Patty.
birthday.
I thought he was 87, like an idiot.
That's okay.
I was like,
okay.
lost
Shout outs to
year,
86.
What up? So yeah, 86. And yeah, he bought on the Baja, Mexico coast.
That's cool.
And it's like there's a mountain like range. You can climb like a little mountain range. 5-minute walk to the beach. It's gorgeous.
Right.
I want to go there
Nice.
You'll get it there. You'll
I
make
will.
it there.
eventually.
Right.
Got a free place to stay, so
There you go.
All right. Well, we're gonna be coming to an end here, but Angela, we want to thank you.
Thanks
Please.
for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to come on and be a part of It's All Relative. We are extremely grateful.
We are. Thank you.
You want to plug or shout out anyone or anything in particular? Any of your social media accounts?
Random Ange 78 at Instagram.
Okay.
Mhm.
You want to, just in case, let the listeners know that the Random Ange is single?
Random Ange is single.
If you didn't already know.
I am a mom, but I am single.
Yeah.
Might not have all the time, but I'll give you a couple weekends a month.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Right on.
Also, if you're Aussie,
Yep.
she loves that
Well,
voice.
you get a
Yeah.
lot more than a couple weekends.
Let's raise that Australia
Yes, sir.
listenership right now.
Actually.
You want to hit them with your
Oh,
social?
yeah. Instagram is Tunde, TUNDE at 2017. And that's Tunde 2017. As for Twitter, it's going to be Retro Show, RETROSHO. If you see the Kermit, that's me.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
And you guys can always get at me at Josh_Toth3. That's my Instagram, and my Facebook is Joshua Toth. We want to give a special shout out to our editor, Deirdre.
Yes, thank you, Deirdre.
Yes, thank you for
Thank
your
you, Deirdre.
continued dedication to the podcast.
She always blesses it.
Fans love your work. Also, another big shout out to our day oneers.
Yeah, shout outs to the day oneers. Thank you for
Yeah.
being here all this time.
Absolutely. Those of you who have showed us love and support from the beginning, we see you and we love you.
Love you a lot.
we were trying to think of some ways to involve some of the day oneers, people who have responded or interacted with the pod through, whether it be through social media.
Seen a couple on Apple too.
Right.
Thank you.
Showing love in some form of way. We want to thank you personally. So I think every episode, what we'll do is we'll shout out a few of those people.
Sure.
Every
Sounds
time we
good.
post the stuff on social media, we get hits from certain people, and from the beginning there have been quite a few. So right now, just want to shout out real quick 2 people that I know. Actually, I was very close with both of these 2 men in college, but one being Sam Park and Joshua Schumack.
Joshua Schumack?
Yeah, both dudes who have been showing love, and hitting that like button every time we post something about the podcast. Sam Park holding it down for 2 Up 2 Down VA,
Actually.
and Joshua Schumack holds it down for Minnesota.
Okay.
I miss both of you guys, so I hope you both are doing well.
Damn, hope so.
But
I got one too. Andrew Minardo.
My man.
Yeah. He's holding it down for Detroit.
Okay.
And I love this man. He's a crazy guy and always hitting that like, and one day we'll get him here too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So day oneers, thank you.
Thank
we
you.
said, we see you and we love you. You want to hit them real quick with the call-in option?
Oh yeah. So once again, if you hit that message button, you can leave an audio message. Try and make it 20 to 30 seconds. And it can be whatever you like it to be. If you want to shout us out, if you want to ask a question, if you have like criticisms, just let us know. We'll actually play it. We'll respond to it. We'll have a laugh, and you can hear yourself.
Absolutely. You'll be edited in. You'll be able to hear yourself on the next episode.
Yep.
So lastly, we just want to ask you guys to please help continue to let the world know about It's All Relative.
Please.
You can do that by finding us on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and Google.
Yes.
And by using one or all of those platforms, please subscribe, follow, share, comment, leave a 5-star rating.
Bless that 5.
Yeah, like we had said before, those little clicks, they really help us in the podcast. So please continue to show us the love.
Please.
All right, my man.
All right, brother.
That's a wrap. Great job.
Great job, brother.
Angela, thank you again.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Angie.
having me.
We really appreciate it.
We really do.
So everyone, hit up that the message option.
Yeah, hit that message, the call-in service.
Absolutely. Call in through Anchor and get at us. All right, my man.
We out.
Everybody stay safe. We'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
All right, we out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out.
From my dog, like he's standing